pop trio Imagination, one of the biggest bands of the 80s. A time on the pop scene when what you wore was just as important as what you were singing.
If you remember London at that time, it was the ending of the 70s, beginning of the 80s. Everybody had a look. So what we were doing was an extension of the club scene. There was a whole Brit funk movement. All the soul heads, everybody was dressing, everybody looked sharp, everybody wanted to be uniquely different. And so we just extended the way we looked onto the stage.
And for Lee John, that identity was so important, he's held on to many of the unique outfits, bespoke jewellery and handmade accessories worn at the time.
And welcome to the Lee's lair of costumes.
Indeed, wow.
This is like a memory lane for me. It's taking you back. There's so many parts of my life. 35 years of imagination.
Now this looks familiar, this black one.
Well, on top of the pops, we had a big hit called Just an Illusion, and I believe I had a mask on the back of my head, and this was the outfit that I wore on top of the pops.
It's just an illusion.
In those early days, Lee says there were very few other black British artists on the scene, but there was one who he says was more than helpful.
When I went to Highbury Grove School, and not far was Stoke Newington, Osbaldeston Road, where there was a studio, and Eddie Grant used to be there. And we used to go to his studio, and he used to give us fantastic advice. So I've known Eddie since I was a kid.
These days, Lee is all grown up, still making music and still performing, although he does admit the moves are just a little tamer.
So the moves have evolved as you've got a little bit older.
Yeah, I can still do my spins. That's cool. You missed that, didn't you? Here's another one. I can still do my spins.
Yep, I'd say he's still got it. Thomas McGill, BBC London News.